I was talking about my uncle earlier that died, and it made me start reflecting about my sister. She died a few years ago from drug related. When you do drugs, it really does a number on your body. And this is my younger sister. But having a family member that is, you know, hooked on drugs like that is it's really hard. And I don't, we don't talk about it a lot, but it takes it's really hard. Um she started, when we were in our teenage years and just never really stopped. And you know, I we grew up together, so I know the struggle, but I just I made different choices. But she was such a sweet soul. She really was. And people would just manipulate her and use her, and she just always wanted to be liked. But when you have a family member on drugs, it's really hard because you don't want to enable them, but you have to say no. You have to say no a lot of times. And because you want them to do better and you want them to be better, but you can't force someone to go to rehab. You can't force them to want better for themselves. It's just hard. It's a hard line to toe. And then, there's a lot of guilt after they're gone because you're like, could you have done more? Could you have done this? Could you have done? But you have to forgive yourself. You have to know that you did your best. We all have choices. We really do. And you have to release yourself from any guilt that you might feel. And I do take comfort, and I know that my sister knew she could call on Jesus. And I know that I wasn't with her when she died, but I know they had time to call the ambulance and they were working on her. So I know that's enough time for her to have called on Jesus. So I'm confident she did. And I really, I wish she could have conquered those demons while she was here. But, we all have our own struggle, and we all have our own things that we have to conquer. So I guess mostly just to people who have family members that are going through, you know, don't beat yourself up. Because I know it's easy to do, but don't. They have they have choices. You have to know that everyone has their own choice. You have to allow people to be themselves and to make choices for their lives. Um, Even if it's not the choices you would make, even if it's harmful to them. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. I don't know why I'm such in my feels today. What's going on? Anyways, all right. Carry on.